Hello, my beautiful boss slaymates. It's me, Ikenisha, your favorite boutique consultant, and today we are going to talk about trends. Not just any kind of trends, we're going to talk about how you can spot the upcoming trends for the upcoming season. Since we are going into the fall and winter months, I wanted to go ahead and let you all know how you can spot these trends, and also I keep saying how, and also what the upcoming trends are for the fall/winter seasons coming up. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. So the very first way that you can spot trends, let's say you're someone who doesn't know how to do this on your own, the first thing you can do is ask your vendors. By now, you should have established relationships with the vendors that you use. You should have 2-3 vendors that you use all the time, and they should be used to you. Now, if you are just starting, you can still ask them. They'll still give you this information. They love to be asked questions. They love input. So go ahead and include them, because then you're establishing that rapport. So go ahead and ask vendors. They already know what the upcoming trends are, because hey, they already came out with their designs or their merchandise, months ahead of time, and they'll be able to tell you what most people are buying and what bigger boutiques are buying from them. They may not tell you the particular boutique, but they can tell you, this big boutique bought this and this big boutique bought that. So that way you are on trend with the upcoming season. The next thing you can do is you can attend trade shows. When you attend trade shows, let me back up. If you're someone who doesn't know what a trade show is something like a mall, or a kind of like not a yard sale because everything's new, but it's a gathering of wholesalers, and they are there just for us boutique owners and bigger stores, because big stores, obviously they have to buy their merchandise too. They attend these trade shows every few months or so. And that is how they get their merchandise, so that way they don't have to travel to LA to the showrooms. You basically get those vendors to come to you. So you have trade shows that go on in Atlanta. You have trade shows that go on at Magic is the big one in Vegas that everyone talks about. And then you have the one in Dallas, the Dallas Market Center. That one and Atlanta Apparel are very similar. They're both inside of this one big building, and with like 14 floors or so, and that's where all the vendors are. The only thing that's different with Atlanta Apparel and Dallas compared to Magic is that Magic is just temporary, that 1 or 2 times a year, whereas Dallas Market Center and Atlanta Apparel, they have those buildings there all the time, obviously, and they have some showrooms that are there 24/7 all the time, and then they have those temporary ones, those people that come from LA to set up temporarily for that event. God, y'all, my boobs are getting so much bigger that I can't even close some of my shirts. I don't understand. I'm already am I a double D or triple D? I don't even know what I am anymore. But anyway, sorry, y'all, I just noticed it, God. All right, so anyway, yes, that is a trade show. I personally love attending trade shows. The one in Atlanta is my favorite because it's only a few hours away from my house. 6-7 hours away. And if you all have never seen Atlanta Apparel, you've never heard of it or anything like that, be sure to visit my playlist. Well, I'll just link it. So down in the description box, I'll have some links of my vlogs of when I've gone to Atlanta Apparel. I've vlogged, I think it's about 4 videos that I have of my experiences at Atlanta Apparel. I've been a bunch of times. I love it down there. I planned on going to the one in Dallas, but then I ended up COVID happened, and so I didn't end up going down there. So I may plan a trip to go there. I'm not entirely sure, being it is so much like Atlanta. I don't really see the need for me to go to Dallas, but I do want to do a trip to LA. I've had so many people say that they want me to do a trip to LA the way that I did a trip to Atlanta. So I want to do that. I'm just trying to gauge, the whole COVID situation, how I'm going to do this. So I do plan on doing this trip that you all keep asking me about. I just don't know when and all the details yet. So don't worry, I'll let y'all know when I figure it out. Okay, so yes, attend trade shows, because then you're able to ask the vendors right then, because they're going to have all of those items there for the next season. You'll be able to see things before they hit websites. You'll be able to see things before they even hit the vendors' websites, because they're showing you things, they're showing you samples for the upcoming season as well as what they already have. So that's a great way right there to see, what's trending and what's going to be coming out later on. Now, the next thing that I suggest doing, this is something that I do. I have always been obsessed with fashion since I was like 8 years old. But I don't mean that in a generic way, because no shade to anybody, but a lot of people will say, oh, I love fashion, I love dressing, I love shopping, but they don't do a lot of things that, like, I have a few friends that are obsessed with fashion the way I am. I'm talking obsessed with fashion, like going to New York to try to get into some of the fashion shows. I'm talking watching all of the fashion shows on YouTube or those designer websites or those designer pages, because we want to know, like, what the stuff looks like. We just want to see the models in the clothing. We want to feel that feeling. That, my friends, is obsessed with fashion, because you are really looking at every single aspect of fashion. So that is what I have been doing that for way before I even had a boutique. I loved watching the runway shows for different designers. My favorite designers are Versace, Balmain, Mark Kane, Brandon Maxwell. I love Zerad. I love them. The gowns that they have, the Ralph Russo, bunch of them. Anyway, so yes, watch the fashion weeks. You should be keeping up with the fashion weeks if you're obsessed with fashion. But if you're not, and you're just a basic obsessed with fashion, then you need to keep up with the fashion weeks, because you know those fashion weeks come out months before that actual season. So you're able to see what the big brands, the big designers are showing you for the upcoming months. So when you watch that, if you want to emulate those, look for things that are similar with different vendors. And if those vendors don't offer that, you can always take a picture of it, or a screenshot rather, and just send it to, you know, a manufacturer, and come up with your own take on it. Don't steal someone else's design now, but just come up with your own take, a cheaper version of that. So, but yes, if you watch several videos or several runway shows, I suggest doing at least like 10 or something like that, just so you can notice a pattern of what's coming out. So yes, definitely watch the runway shows. Okay, people. The last thing that I want to talk about is trends that I have noticed and that I know are going to be upcoming for fall and winter. So of course, number one, we already know, blazers. Blazers are always up there literally all throughout the year, and that is one of my top sellers at my boutique, are blazers and these hats. I sell these all year round. I sell through blazers all year round, but blazers, once again, are going to be a big trend for the next season. But not only that, blazer sets, so like the blazer in shorts or the blazer in pants, is just going to be sets. Next trend that I've noticed is fur, but not just like, you know, fur coats. I'm noticing fur handbags, fur shoes, fur everything. It's just fur. So fur is going to be big this coming up season. Next, I don't know if y'all have noticed it, and I also have already done a post on Instagram about it. I think, well, it depends on when y'all watch this. I don't know if the post will be up there yet, but it's scheduled, is velvet. Now, if you're someone who was a teenager in the early 2000s, like I was, and you already know that we called it velour. So velour suits are now coming back out. So that is a thing right now, is velvet, or velour like I like to call it. But velvet sets are going to be a big thing. They're going to be a big thing. I'm trying to let y'all know already. Velvet, okay? Not just the suits, but velvet dresses are what I'm seeing as well. I've already ordered some from my boutique because I already know how I want to style one of my models, and I'm so excited. So yeah, I have like this a navy one coming, and a mauve kind of color, dusty pink color coming. Oh, I'm so ready to get her in this dress so I can style it and take pictures of her in it. So ready. I kind of want to wear one for myself, but I gotta get the stomach down, y'all. Anywho, next thing that I have noticed is, you know how normally when fall, winter comes, we kind of dress in these muted, neutral tones? I'm noticing that a lot of vibrant tones or vibrant colors are still gonna be prevalent during the fall, winter months. So we're gonna have, you know, of course, some neutrals in there, but it's gonna be more rich jewel tones, burgundies, of course, but we still have yellows that are gonna be popping. The royal blues are still gonna be popping during the winter times. It's just gonna be on winter outfits. For example, I have already ordered, well, I pre-ordered from this one vendor. It's two trends in one. It's some velvet pants. I can't think if they're wide leg or flares. I think they're wide leg. I'm almost positive they're wide leg. Wide leg velvet pants, and they are a beautiful cobalt blue. ready to get those into. So yeah, what trend were we just talking about? Oh, vibrant colors. So yeah, vibrant colors are going to be another thing. And then kind of like what I was just talking about the velvet or velour, early 2000s fashion, late 90s, early 2000s fashion, I've been seeing a lot of that as well from the runway shows. So if you're someone who dressed like that back then, that was, you know, a teenager back then, what we were wearing is now coming back, including damn jersey dresses. I'm very upset because I was keeping mine for the longest time, and then finally I was like, you know what, they ain't coming back. I'm gonna go ahead and drop these off at the Goodwill. Now they're back. But granted, I couldn't get into some of those dresses no more because when I was wearing those, these were like a C. So I wouldn't be able to get into them no how. But at least then I could have sold them right now. I could have sold some of them dresses. But anywho, the last thing that I am noticing, well, not last, I think it's two more things. The next to last things that I'm noticing is loose denim. So, you know, mom jeans were a thing, you know, the boyfriend jeans, all of that. But I'm also noticing a more baggy type jeans and like the wide leg loose fit. Those are going to be a big deal as well, with like a blazer and something cute up under it. And then last, I am noticing the knit. We already know knit is already, you know, that's the main thing you see during the fall winter months anyway. But I'm talking knit sets. I'm seeing a lot of knit crop tops with the long skirts, or, you know, a knee length skirt. I'm seeing knit dresses, full length, just knit dresses, knit, like just knitwear. That's going to be another big thing. So make sure you are looking for some of these trends to add to your, I can't take this, to add to you all stores. And if by the time you watch this, I have already made that post on Instagram, please go to Instagram and see that post, because I am going to be letting you know what vendors you can purchase these trends from, as well as the velvet trend. I have, yeah, I said that wrong. So the post on Instagram is just going to be about the velvet trend, and I'll be letting you know what vendors you can get the velvet trend from. There we go. Said it right that time. All right, so being that we're talking about the upcoming months with the trends, I wanted to keep on with that particular subject. So the next video, I'm going to be talking to you all about how to prepare for the holidays. If you have not launched yet, still watch this video, because holidays come around every single year. So even if you're not launched by the holidays, still watch this video, because I'm going to be giving out a few tips onto how you can start preparing for the holidays, what you need to do, what you need to prepare for, all of that good stuff. So be sure to tune in to the next video. Make sure you all like, share, and subscribe. And my numbers are down, y'all, and I don't understand why. I feel like I give out a ton of value, but if this is something you all are not wanting anymore, or no one's sharing the videos and I'm not getting the views that I need to get, this may be something that I start to slow down on. So yeah, please let me know, you guys, and I will see you all in the next video.